All right, good morning, everyone. This is your CET Scoop with your Community Engagement Leader, Janie Cahill, for December 20th. And hopefully you guys can all hear me okay. I've got some kind of ruckus going on outside my window right now. They're doing something outside with the trees. So hopefully you're not hearing the background noise that I'm hearing right now. But looks like I don't have anyone live on the line this morning, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. But as always, for any of you guys who or watch this recording and have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. Should be pretty quick and short today. Just have a few things for you guys. I know, first off, congratulations to all of you guys. We have last week officially finished the business year, and I saw a lot of the results coming in last week's business briefing, and many of you had tremendous years. So congratulations to all of you all, and I hope all of you guys are getting the opportunity to get a little rest and relaxation and some opportunity to spend with your family during the holiday season, get a little break. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I did add a couple of dates to the calendar that I want to make sure you're aware of. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Martin Luther King Day here in just a second, which will be on January 21st. I know I mentioned before, but I have a little bit more detail for you coming up on that. But one that I want to make sure that you go ahead and mark down on your calendar now is March 14th. And so March 14th is going to be our first Thursdays with Thrive-Ins events. I know we had kind of mentioned this before. Erica had sent out some communication about these events that we're going to be doing each month and rotating throughout our region. This first event that we're doing, we're going to make sure that these first few events we align with the other fraternal initiatives we have going on in our market. So the first one is going to be focused around those faith-filled projects that we're doing, and we're going to be hosting it with the Habitat Greater Dayton affiliates. So I will get more information as we finalize that event for you, but we're looking at a lunchtime event on March 14th with, again, located at that Habitat Greater Dayton facility. They do have an event site there that works to accommodate people. So for those of you, especially representatives in the Dayton area, make sure you have that marked in your calendar, as we'll be looking to really extend out that opportunity for pastors and different members within that region to attend that, to really just get excited about that Habitat project. So just want to again throw those two dates in front of you for those other kickoff events that we're doing surrounding those Habitat. We have the kickoff breakfast that will be on January 23rd at the Greater Dayton facility. Habitat office, they have an event space upstairs, as well as that kickoff breakfast for Habitat Southeastern Ohio. I mentioned before, again, these are separate than the first Thursday events. These are going to be ones that we're specifically targeting those pastors and those church relationships with, to inviting them to the project. But again, if you've not put those on your calendar, make sure you get those on there. I wanted to highlight a couple events that have been happening the last couple weeks. On December the 15th, we had two Thrive and Builds projects that we had funded here in Mid-Ohio this year. So this was the second of the homes that we had built over on Myrtle Avenue. And so we were able to, before Christmas, get the family into their home, which is really exciting. So that home dedication took place on that 15th. You can see there a couple of pictures from the event. The Sow family, I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong, receiving their keys there from one of our wonderful Thrive members and part of our Thrive It Builds program, Bill Darledge. And a big thank you to go out to Dave Ritter for attending and representing Thrivent that day as well, since I was unfortunately unable to be there and out of the country. So thank you guys again so much for being at that event. Also want to take an opportunity to recognize a team that had just recently gotten back from our Thrivent Builds Worldwide trip. Joe and Bonnie Riley just recently led a team of Thrivent members and other staff members to Nepal. I have not had the opportunity to talk to them in person yet to see how it went. I believe they got back yesterday or today. So really excited to talk to them about their experience. Joe and Bonnie led the trip, and as well as Matt Buer also joined that trip as well. And I know just from the pictures, it looks like they had a tremendous experience. So a big thank you to Joe and Bonnie for leading that trip and providing the opportunity for our members. And for any of you who have not been on a Thrivent Builds trip worldwide, remember this is a really great opportunity as being a Thrivent member or staff or an employee at Thrivent. You have the opportunity to join these trips and at a much lower cost, and that's something to our members have that opportunity. I have not been on a worldwide trip, habitat trip yet, but however, I will be in January 6th through 12th. I've been selected to go on a pilot trip that we're doing with our worldwide team. So we're going to be going down to the Florida Keys and doing some disaster relief down there with a group of other faith leaders and Habitat affiliates and other community engagement leaders across the United States. So really looking forward to that and really getting a hands-on experience of what those trips are all about. So if it's something that you've not done before, I encourage you to look into it and consider it. And always keep that in mind as something as an opportunity that you could partake in. Because if you speak to anyone that's been on any of those trips, I know that they have a phenomenal experience. So moving along, wanted to let you know that we do have our Pop Tab Challenge winner for the region, and super excited to announce that we had it here in Central Ohio. Our church, St. James Lutheran in Hilliard, Ohio, won our Pop Tab Challenge. They collected 878 pounds of Pop Tabs. So that was a really exciting pickup. You can see the pickup truck. I actually called Ronald McDonald House directly to come pick those up because there was no way they would fit in my car or that I would be able to pick them up. But so they came along with me and we were able to spend time with the church that morning and just thank them for their contribution because that was a huge, huge contribution they made. So 878 pounds, if you're not familiar, they do recycle those. I believe the going rate's about 45 cents per pound. So they just from that one church donation alone were able to raise enough money to cover 4 nights stay for a family in Ronald McDonald House. So that was really exciting. We're still finalizing all of our totals for that poundage across the region, but very excited that we had that winner here in Central Ohio. Okay, so our Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service, which was on January 21st. I know I put it out there on the last call. If any of you were interested in leading your own action team that day, I did hear back from one. I know Matt Viewer had hosted this event last year and it was very successful. So we decided to continue this event again this year with a little different charity, a little different twist. So there's going to be a event that's going to be taking place at the Upper Room Worship Room Center. That should actually not say Room Center, it should say Upper Room Worship Centered in Tip City. Dr. Jackie Jackson is going to be the speaker that'll talk to the history of the civil rights movement in America. And the charity that we have selected to support is the Shoes for the Shoeless. So we're going to be really promoting it within the community and schools and our members that attend the event that day to rally behind this cause and bringing new properly fitting gym shoes as well as socks that'll be given to children in need in the Dayton area. So this event is open to all financial advisors as well as all the members to this event. So we are working with Erica, the TMN, going to be promoting among all and sending communication out to all of the members across the greater Dayton area in those counties. So all of this will be an event that we're looking to bring all of those members together and all of you financial representatives that are interested in being a part of it for that day of service. So really excited about that, and I hope that will be something that you guys will be able to attend. And lastly, I just wanted to, if you haven't seen it already in the We Thrive, I wanted to make sure that you're aware that we have some new updated action team kits for 2019 that are coming. So they have rebranded these. So I saw a little sneak peek on a picture, and I think I like it from what I've seen. But these are going to be available coming out January 4th, so that's exciting. We'll see a bit of the change. So expect those boxes to look a little different. I know they've done a lot of work in really rebranding those boxes and tweaking a lot of with the tribute and other resources that we have surrounding those teams to keep them fresh. Fresh and look from that branding perspective. Also, last announcement, I wanted to make sure you all are aware that you all have been requesting this for a very, very long time. So finally, they have been able to answer that request. So there is a new Salesforce Action Team report available. So now you as a financial representative, you have the opportunity to identify which of your members have and have not led a Thrive Action Team in a given year. So that way you know which of your clients are eligible to lead those Thrive Action Teams. So I've included the instructions there on this slide. I will make sure I include the PowerPoint in this or attached to this email that I send out, so make sure you have those instructions. But essentially, it's a report within Salesforce. You can see the title of it, Customers With or Without Action Teams, that you can find. And again, it gives you some of those instructions for where you can find those located under the pre-built generosity campaigns report. So I have not personally done this yet, so if you do have any questions on finding it, bear with me as I'll be learning myself, but hopefully it shouldn't be too tricky. But definitely good to know that that's a report that you can access if you need to. All right, and so that's all I have for you guys today. I wanted to keep it short. I wanted to include a little meme from my favorite Christmas movie. I know everyone has their favorites. Home Alone is my favorite. And so I just wanted to leave this with you. You know, when your favorite Starbucks gets overtaken by a seasonal employee, and you can see her face there with that little line, what kind of idiots do you have working here? I know a lot of times, if you're like me, when I hate to Christmas shop and when I'm out in stores, I can feel my blood pressure rising with all the crowds, and times we get really easily irritable. And I'm sure all of us have felt like, is it Miss McAllister? I believe that's her last name. I've shown that emotion at time during the Christmas times because I know they can be really stressful. But really, just try to keep in mind what the Christmas season is all about, and have just keep a smile on your face and try not to let all those little things stress you out like Miss McAllister here. So with that being said, everyone, I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas. I may see a few of you tomorrow at the Christmas party. If not, everyone have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year, and look forward to seeing you all soon. Have a good one, guys.